Okay, Eva, well then tell us who you are and where we are.
Yes, I'm Eva Jobse, I'm 26 years old. I'm a game designer here at Virtual Fairground and I'm running for the 5th term on the CSM.
Seems like you have a subscription on that seat. It brings you to Iceland once more.
Well, that's one of the things players say often, that the CSM is only interested in free trips to Iceland. But it is quite hard work and it requires a lot of effort. And I'm taking this duty pretty seriously.
Well then tell us a bit about the work that you have to do on the CSM. What is the hard work about?
Well, first issues have to be compiled from the forums. Players can post issues on the forums and then we can raise them to CCP. But to get them to CCP, we first need to evaluate all the comments and compile an issue document and post them on the wiki. And discuss them internally before we can even start putting them on the CCP list.
So besides the free trip to Iceland, also a worry of players is that in the council there are simply alliance puppets, delegates that merely promote their alliance's opinion. Now you have recently joined CVA. How can you still be independent?
Yes, in the past I've run as independent candidate, but with Dominion coming out, I thought it was important to get some first-hand experience of the consequences of Dominion and the changes to 0-0. I've done this in the past with factional warfare at the release of Empyrean Age. I've been a member of all 4 militias in low-sec factional warfare areas.
Yeah, well you have already spent some time out in 0-0, so what did you find? What's the problem with the last Dominion expansion?
Well, unfortunately, CCP tried to make 0-0 more accessible, tried to make more small-gang warfare happening there. But the opposite is true. It's basically even more capital ships online and smaller entities have even less chance in participating as independent entities.
Mm-hmm. Well, it was supposed with Dominion to bring more small gang warfare into the game. That
yes, more small gang warfare, more small corporations, and it has the opposite effect. It's driving out people and well, that's not the thing CCP had in mind when they implemented these changes.
Yeah, so what is on the agenda for this term if you want to change that?
Well, the thing with expansions is that they are often unfinished and unpolished. They're full with bugs and then in issues. And unfortunately what we see happening is that CCP starts working on the next expansion before finishing the old content. What they need to do is polish their expansions, deliver the content that is promised and finish the expansion.
Yeah. These were all very broad ideas and we talked about the development process, but what about all these many ideas that have already been brought forward by players that are posting to the assembly hall like crazy and we have this huge list?
Yes, a lot of issues have already been submitted to CCP, almost 200 I think at the moment. And a lot of those issues are not in game yet. Yes, they are in the backlog, but they're not being actively worked on. What I would like to do is reorganize them, go through them again and see if those issues are still relevant and if they can somehow be brought up and integrated in the Scrum process with CCP.
You just used a technical term there, Scrum process. I guess not everyone is familiar with that, but you as a game designer, I guess you're a good choice for this position.
Yes, exactly. Actually here at Virtual Fairground we employ the same work methodologies as CCP does, so I know where they're coming from and how we can make the most out of this process. Yes.
Yeah, if you should be elected, how can players, how can other people participate in your work? How can they get involved with you?
Well, the CSM is not a solo exercise and I cannot write all those issues by myself. I am there to represent all players and that's how I try to get as many players involved in this process.
Yeah, so they don't have to join your corporation?
No, I got a new organization, Take Care, which you can join. We got an in-game chat channel and you can contact me directly or talk to one of the advisors or become an advisor yourself. Basically, what happens then is you retain your influence on the issue document and what is set to CCP. And that's because the CSM concerns all players and you can get involved as well.